Okay, we need to talk about Marvel Rivals Season 8. It is going to be a very crazy season because it's gonna test the boys from the men, in my opinion. Because it is gonna be a dive heavy season with Brawl. Poke, I feel like it's gonna be weak this season. Just because there's gonna be so much diving, so much Brawl with Devil Dinosaur and probably even Thing, and with Punisher being part of Devil Dinosaur's new team up, I think he'll also have. I think he'll actually. Honestly, people are not giving the team up as much credit as it is. Punisher already does a horrendous amount of damage by himself. Imagine him having both damage reduction and potential to not get damaged because Devil Dinosaur. Now, to be fair, you could just two-piece him with a headshot if you're not careful. And, you know, then he's dead. Well, I don't know how much the reduction reduces. So he could still be alive, even after 2 headshots. But yeah, dive is gonna be a problem. They buffed Spider-Man, which I don't know why they buffed Spider-Man of all characters. He is definitely more of a character that does well in his meta. Okay, he's currently good right now. He's balanced. It may not. I wouldn't say balanced. Maybe he needs 1 or 2 tweaks in the nerfs category, but he's a character that works in his meta. Like always, it's the same with Namor. Namor is strong and he works in his metas. Same with Cap. Cap is strong and he works in his meta. No, there are some characters that you don't need to balance or buff or nerf because they work in the meta. Like, for instance, Magneto. I would not buff or nerf Magneto because right now he is currently okay to meh because it's not his meta. It's a dive meta, and Magneto into dive is like feeding a dog to a freaking pool of piranhas. Like it's like he just gets devoured in dive, and that's okay. It's not his meta. He's been meta for so long because it's been mainly just a poke meta since the game existed. You know, there's been some mixed in betweens with the poke meta, but it's been mainly poke. Like the strongest characters have been poke characters. Like I said, Magneto, freaking Phoenix, Hela, Bucky. Freaking, it's poke characters have just dominated the game for a while, and it's kind of, I would say it's honestly kind of refreshing that we're in a new meta. But boy, a dive meta where people don't know how to counter dive, it's so crazy. It's so entirely crazy. Like, people will literally think that just because you play a solo thing, by the way, that dive should be instantly countered. It's like, no, you have to counter alongside the thing. Solo thing in itself will never work. Solo thing is like, unless you're triple supporting and just dumping all your resources into him, and even then that's a bad strategy because then you lose damage on triple support. So dealing with the dive is like a lot harder now. You cannot, people need to understand in this game, I'm not an expert, trust me. The highest I've ever been is Diamond 1. And I have not been able to achieve that again because I don't have as much time to play the game as I used to. But even I can understand that you need to counterbalance to a team that is completely destroying you. Not just one person can swap. It has to be a multi-swap. It has to be a team converging everything into countering dive. Because if you don't do that, then guess what? Dive is just gonna dominate. Dive is really good, especially into team play. It's probably not gonna be as strong in the, you know, ranks, in the regular ranks categories. Like regular ranks like bronze to plat, maybe even to diamond. But once you get to grandmaster and above, they will be coordinating dive, hopefully. From what I hear upstairs, you know, people be wilding upstairs still. I'm like, man. So even if I get out plat and diamond, I still gotta deal with some crazy throwers just throwing my games just because they think they're the bee's knees and top ranking player. They think they're the faker of freaking Marvel Rivals, thinking what they do is important, and anyone else who doesn't follow them, heal bot them, carry them to victory, and holding their hand like a little child to victory. They get angry and then leave the game. Sorry, that was a side rant, but that's just another problem. The freaking community in Marvel Rivals, I will say, it's not as bad as League of Legends, but it's getting there. It's literally getting there. It's getting there to a point where I'm just like, man, do I even want to communicate in this game? I don't really care. I'll call people on their bullshit. Like, I really will. I will get on mic and be like, okay, what's up? Like, I did that once, and someone said, "Oh my god, you sound white." I'm like, what? How does that even make any sense to this argument? Like, okay, like, what? I think he was trolling. I think he was just trolling and just being just stupid. But that's the main thing with our rivals. People act stupid. People act dumb. People don't understand that's a team game. You play with your team. It's like, I thought it was bad when we had one tricks on freaking Overwatch. We were blessed to just deal with one tricks. At least they're good with the character somewhat. Half the time they were just great. They were just phenomenal with the character, but sometimes that one trick would get countered hard, and then it would just be like, well, I can't do anything else. Now it's just like, oh, you're countering my one trick? I'm just gonna leave the game and screw over my team because I can't play any other character. It's like, how does that make sense? Because the other team is countering you. You're gonna blame your team and then ruin the game by leaving. And I think that's the worst part. Throwers do not get punished for ruining games. They do not get punished hard enough. They just get restricted from competitive for a little bit. Oh no, you can't play competitive for like a couple days. Oh no. Just like, honestly, throwing should be as bad as cheating. Especially if you're constantly throwing. Like, if you're on a, they should have a list of people that, or not a list, maybe like a number of times someone leaves a game per season. And if they leave a game like multiple times and it's malicious, and they get reported for it, like, I think there's a way to tell if someone leaves by freaking just rage quitting or by disconnect. But most of the time, if people disconnect, they return anyway. Not to preference this, I mean in ranked. Okay, quick play is quick play. It should not matter. It sucks that someone leaves in quick play, but you get someone new, so it's like it's fine. Ranked is where the real problem is, because if they leave, I showed a video of this on my earlier video that I made last week. I'm pretty sure last week or 2 weeks ago. It might have been last week. But someone literally, I think I showed this. Someone literally left our game after getting mad at a Jeff or something, or just getting mad entirely. I don't know. They left, then rejoined the game to continue just harassing us and being toxic and not helping us and rooting for the enemy team the whole time. And I doubt that person got fully banned. I doubt that person got like freaking shadow realmed from the game, because it's just, oh, they came back, you know? So it's like they don't get the full punishment, and I think I have a suspicion why. They don't want their player numbers to go down. Of course, they want the cheaters gone. Of course, because if they have a reputation of just constant cheaters, then no one will want to play this game ever. But toxicity, that's totally fine, because people deal with toxicity all the time. Look at League. People complain about freaking toxicity on that game all the time, but it was one, I don't know if it still is, but it was one of the biggest MOBAs ever made. And even League of Legends World still gets a lot of views and crazy amount of watches, despite how toxic the game is. And people still, even new people, still want to go in and play the game, you know? Despite this toxicity. And I think that's the real reason why Marvel Rivals doesn't want to crack down on throwers completely. Like, completely just banning them out. Because then they would lose player numbers. They would lose their player count, and that would look bad on them. So then they would, maybe it would be something that inflects bad in like an investor talk or something like that, where their viewer count is going down and stuff. And I doubt they can just say, well, lately we've been cutting out, you know, the toxic people in our game, so the viewer count has been going down a little bit. It's like, I doubt they want to commit. I could be wrong. Like, I don't mind if I'm wrong, but it just feels like it. Like, it's been bad since the freaking support strike that happened a few seasons ago. I'm pretty sure it's just been bad. Like, it's been getting progressively worse. And I think some people are saying like it's just because it's a free game and it's casual. I don't think so. I mean, I don't think so. COD was not a free game. It was just a very popular game, and it got toxic in COD. I was raised in COD, and people would get toxic in there. And the good thing is that COD isn't a team game. You don't need to rely on your team to drop an 8 bomb, or not 8 bomb, 24 bomb on a game and then nuke. You know, like you didn't have to rely on your team for that. You could just do that yourself with good positioning, camping, and you know, being skilled. But in this game, you kind of have to rely on your team a little bit more. You could carry if it's an entire skill gap between you and the team. You can hard carry by yourself. But that's the thing. It has to be a severe skill gap. If you are on par with this team, I would say maybe even slightly above this team, you still need your teammates. Because they will be doing, the other team will know how to deal with you, depending on the rank, I guess. If it's bronze, then, you know, it doesn't matter if you're a freaking bronze 1 or a bronze 5 or a bronze 3. Like, it's like, that's not night and day. That's just easy elo. I think from silver, bronze 5 to silver, even silver 1, I think it's not that far of a gap. I think it's just, you know, it's slightly kind of there, but it's like taking a little step up, you know. It's not that bad. Let's say plat my rank, you can get diamonds, hell, even some grandmasters who haven't played in a while, and it's 9 day. And some people who are just in regular plat, probably just got to plat, after, grinding gold for a while and just getting into plat. You get those and you're like, man, this is night and day difference. My team is ass. Why is my team ass and I'm facing freaking the Fantastic Four on the other side just whooping my team while I have the freaking unavengers on my side freaking dying to literal Scarlet ults. No, getting 1v1 by a Scarlet and not knowing that if you just pounce on the Squirrel Girl, she gets deleted. Like I know the game is bad from the jump when someone bans Squirrel Girl on my side or Scarlet on my side. I'm like, okay, so this guy probably can't aim. Got it. Okay, so, and just the buffs and nerfs of this season, it's gonna be a heavy dive season. Like, heavy dive season. And the ult nerf already called out so many people who were reliant on ult. This season, it's gonna call out so many people who aren't reliant on team play. Because dive is such a destructive team comp that if you face someone who's decently good at dive, like a team, like let's say we have two queuing team, 2Q like on the other side, and they are playing Venom Spider-Man, and they are just perfectly timing their dives because they have communication on to the supports. If we do not have proper counterbalance to this, if people won't communicate, that's the main thing. You need to communicate towards dive. Like, you need to. And that's the thing. People only communicate to get angry. In this game, they only communicate to yell and scream and say, why aren't you doing this? Why am I not getting protected? Why am I not getting peeled? What's going on? Why am my team terrible? Why are you guys sucking? Why are you dying all the time? This team sucks. We should just throw the game because it's over. It's done. And it's like, why turn your mic on to say negative and toxic things rather than turn your mic on to actually help and give advice to see how we win? You're acting like you're the main character anyway, so why not just give your 2 cents on what we should do? But no, people want to say rude things. People want to say things rudely instead of actually trying to help the team. And it's the same thing with the guy that called me. I sound white. I was like, okay, since you think you're better than us, lead the team. Tell us what you want us to do. And all he did was he didn't say anything worthwhile. He just said, well, I want you guys to be better. I want you guys to stop dying. Like, it's like, okay, so you don't have the mental capacity to actually lead this team. So why are you on mic the first time ever throughout this game, on mic bashing us? You could have been on mic asking for things, guiding us to actual victory. Instead, you're just on the mic bashing. And that's the thing. That's the difference between Overwatch and Rivals, okay? Because at least in Overwatch, when people mic, they calm. And if the comms aren't going right, that's when they get upset. But on Marvel Rivals, I swear to God, people only come when they are upset and then they want to just bash on people. It is so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous how people act. It's just suddenly people just want to just bash on you for not having a good game. So it's like, that's also another thing. Not every game will be good. People need to understand this. People need to understand even pros have bad games. They can't hit every shot forever in their lifetime. Like, they can't do it. No one can hit every shot all the time. No one can pull off the perfect flank every time. No one can be in good positions all the time. It will never work out that way. If it was that easy to just be in the perfect spot, in the perfect position, diving on people perfectly to kill them every time, this game would be ass. Because it would mean that characters are so broken that they can be in any position and dive at any time and accomplish their goals by doing that it would not be fun. It would just be like, okay, we can't stop them because they're going to succeed 100% of the time. That's the thing. People don't know that positioning, diving, poking, it is all a percentage game. There is a percentage in every act you do that it will either succeed, not succeed, or maybe you barely make it out alive. Living or dying. I mean, well, living, obviously, because if you barely make it out alive, then you're alive. But that's the thing. It's just, people do not understand this about competitive games. Everything has a risk. And one of my favorite content creators, what's his name? I think it's Clouded Rio. He said this. He said that people who get triggered at Marvel Rivals, because he plays this game a lot, people who get triggered so easily at Marvel Rivals probably can't handle real life situations. It's true. Like, people who get easily triggered in freaking Marvel Rivals from a video game, from just a video game, they probably can't handle real life situations. Granted, some people could just have just gotten off a stressful day of work and used Marvel Rivals as a venting thing, and they take it out on people. But even then, you are letting things get too deep in a video game. Like, it is okay to want to win, but don't freaking crash out because you are upset. Try to make the game better. Try to make the game easier. Try to make the game a better experience for your team, because that will make them do better. You crashing out, you stressing them out in a video game will not help anything. And by golly gee, I was playing AI matches yesterday and someone was crashing out because people were playing things that they were bad at. Holy you mean the place where you're supposed to practice things you're bad at, the AI matches? You are getting mad at them for playing that in an AI match? I was practicing Black Cat in an AI match, because I want to get better. They didn't say anything to me, luckily, because I would have turned on my mic and been like, bro, this is AI matches. Where do you think we're supposed to be practicing at? You think I'm gonna take my day one Black Cat into quick play without knowing the buttons? I'll get crashed out there even more. This is where we're supposed to be. It's like, people crash out over nothing in this game. Over nothing. You could be 0-2 and someone's already crashing out on you. It's like, I just started. I'm just starting. If I'm 0-4 and I haven't gotten any kill as a DPS, okay, I'll switch. But if I'm 0-2, trying to, figure things out, the game's just started, I'm trying to figure out the lay of the land, trying to figure out how the enemy team works, how they do, how they act, Do they rush in? Do they rush in because they have an advantage, or do they are they passive aggressive? Are their DPS overcommitting, or their tanks overcommitting, or their supports undercommitting? I'm diagnosing their team comp to figure out what can I do to attack them. And people just crash out. Now, to be fair, I'm mainly a tank player. I've been using this season to practice more DPS. I wanted to learn Black Cat a little bit. As you can see on the screen, my results on one of my games. My Black Cat needs some work. That's why I've been practicing, trying to get better, so I have a decently strong DPS. I do have a Namor, which I'm really good at Namor. I do have a Phoenix, trying to get better at Phoenix. I have a max proficiency Squirrel Girl. I know people, when they hear Squirrel Girl, it's like, you're throwing. But I love Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl's freaking fun. I love her. And I'm glad I swear to God, people have been underselling this, but Squirrel Bond being at 15 is what destroyed her, okay? Squirrel Girl being at... Squirrel Bond being at... Or Mammal Bond being at freaking 15 cooldown was such a bad move. And it's just because she was decent, not even amazing, decently good. In like, I think season 2, season 3? I think it was season 2. It might have been season 3 though. And then they were just like, well, we can't have Squirrel Girl being good, cut her down. It was just like, oh damn. And now with the power creep being so much, they have to make Squirrel Girl better. They have to, honestly, they need a buff like so many characters, because with Devil Dino being in the game now, people are just underpowered now. Power creep is heavy. I don't know what to do. I don't know what direction to go in, honestly. The Squirrel Girl buff turned her to normal from the previous nerf, the big nerf with her Mammal Bomb being at 15. They changed it to now it being at 12, which I think is significantly better. Honestly, I think that will make her tier list standard. I think that will get her at a D tier, in my opinion, because she's still decently good at breaking down triple tank, which I don't really see that much anymore. But I'm low rank, so that's probably why. But she was really good into triple tank, or good into triple tank. I won't say really good, because she hasn't been really good in a while. And maybe this will actually help her more and get her into the limelight, maybe. I'm hoping. But I was gonna show gameplay, but I was just chatting for so. It's just the toxicity of Mobile Rivals is definitely getting worse. Getting worse. I used to not notice it in Plat because I never saw it. Even when I would have bad games, no one would actually turn on their mics and complain. I think it's because the ult changes, that people are getting lower in rank now, who weren't meant to be that higher up in rank, and now they're vocalizing their discontent because they're in lower ranks than they should be. And by God, the argument of, oh man, I smurf your peak, or I was Grandmaster for 3 seasons before the ult change happened. I'm like, doesn't that say something that you just relied on your ults to save you every single time? There was no neutral gameplay, you just relied on your ult. You couldn't get a kill without having your ult because it would speed your ult up, and then you would just get a bunch of kills. People don't realize when you ult and you get a bunch of kills, that doesn't just that doesn't stagger the enemy. It staggers the mentality. Like, holy shit, my team sucks. They just got ulted what am I gonna do? It ruins mentality, and that's how people start going on kill, like massive kill streaks. It's the momentum. It's gaining momentum. When the other team loses that momentum and slowly loses their mental, you win. I think Marvel Rivals is more of a mental game than any. Well, I wouldn't say any game, but by God, people have the weakest mindset in this game. That mental games is literally, if you can break the team first, then you win. Like, whoever's the first to go into chat and complain about their team, you're gonna win. Or you're gonna lose. It's that simple. It's literally that simple. Because you are showing weakness. You are showing that you are a mentally fragile person, and they're gonna take advantage of that. They're gonna constantly go after you, so you throw the game for your team, because you are such a mentally weak baby that they will make sure you are having the worst time, so you throw the game. You throw the game and choose freaking Scarlet or Widow because you suck mentally. And I mean, can you blame them? It's like, this game is it's surprisingly more a mental battle than people think. Like, the first to crack is the first to just get destroyed. And that's for real. But you know what? I'll probably save showing off my black hat for next video, because I was gonna show off my black cat and show how I've been slightly improving, you know. But this turned into a Marvel Rivals rant, and you know, I really hope they buckle down on freaking throwers. I really hope so. They really need to. They need to make examples, and I hope they start making examples rather than just restricting them from a couple days. But that's just me. That's just me saying what I want. You know, that's just me talking. But, you know, tell me if you agree. Tell me if you don't. Let me know down below in the comments. Tell me your favorite character to play. Tell me your best matches, you know? Just let me know what you guys are doing. And I'll keep letting you guys know what I'm doing. For now, that's it. That's it for now. Sorry for the random rant. Later.